Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. 60 outlaw. We got this.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And that'll set them back 5.
Great job, D. Great job.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Check. Crunch. 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 53 win now. Smooth. Hey, ball 66.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Wait, set. 53. Gold 50.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now a play fake. Brady. Try to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Brady. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That was Patrick Peterson from his cornerback spot whirling in for the sack. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 66.
1st down, here's White. White's got a 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Sugar. Hey, Alabama.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Dante Hightower able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 45-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Brady. The tight end Lacoste here out on the right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's caught by Beasley. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
To throw is Brady. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 12 yards there and a first down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down, a run with Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On first down, it's Cohen. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, second down.
Second and 10 at the Patriots' 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's go, B. Big series right here.
Going to give this time to the tailback. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check.
So don't say nothing.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming.
On third down, Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. This is caught. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking it. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. That's out to his running back, Michel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Patriots.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Brady. High throw, but he makes the catch. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Wait, set. Wide, 20. Right here. Check it.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. 3 down.
From the 41, Brady. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's
From the gun, Brady. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That is caught by Cohen. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try to get this offense going when Michel gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Watch time, watch time.
To throw, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Checking, reload.
Throwing now is Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Wilson, and the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Cohen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Brady to the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Brady now on 1st down. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Patriots send out their punter. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be taken at the 13. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you. I got you.
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is White. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now on 2nd and 16, Brady. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense to just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
The veteran Jason McCourty up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson, his pass caught at the 4. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Brady. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To throw is Brady. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Wilson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw, Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again.